So for this year, we've got 3 basic goals. So now I'm on page 4 of the budget message, and I want to go into the 3 basic goals. The first goal is to increase instructional time. You know, part of the way we managed our reduction was to reduce the amount of days our students are in schools and our staff are in schools, and we are adding back these days. Most of them will be instructional days, although we also are building in some time to do the kind of collaborations our teachers need to do to look at data, to make educational decisions about students, to get them into the right groups so they can excel, or that we can provide the necessary interventions that they need. Our second key investment that you'll see in the budget tonight is our math initiative. And I think what you all know is that we were using math curriculum that were not aligned with state standards, and it was time to do a math adoption, which we did at the mid-school a year before, but we needed to do it at the elementary, and we all think it's an absolute priority. What we believe it does is give us a core curriculum, so now we can take that core curriculum, we can use our progress monitoring tools, and we can make sure we provide the right interventions for all of our students, whether it's helping them advance beyond where they are or helping them catch up so we can get them where they need to be. So that's our second major investment. And the third major investment is the online education. And I think many of you know the history about online education. Many kids needed it. They felt it was the right form of education, and they were leaving our school district to get those by charter schools, which really were the only place you could get and have an online option. So we worked very hard. I would like to thank the board for pushing us on this. This definitely was the board who helped us understand the importance of this. And starting next year, we will have an online option, and our model's what we call a hybrid model. We're wanting our kids to be in online lingo, what you would say bricks and mortar schools, but if they need a course to help them stay on track, they can get it online and continue to take their classes. Or for our kids at the higher end, who we haven't been able to offer many options for, they have opportunities to also get online courses. We're working in collaboration with Lane ESD and all the other school districts. So this is not only going to become a reality for us, but it's going to become a reality for all of the school districts in Lane County. One part of this is we did have a retirement from our alternative ed program, and when we reposted that job, we made clear that part of their job was to be principal of Gateways High School, but in addition to that, their job was to kind of oversee the whole online learning investment that we have, and also to keep analyzing what other students are we losing and how do we provide what they need to A, make sure they're a graduate, B, keep them in our schools. So that's been, I think, something that will be very helpful to us. So, so those are kind of the 3 big initiatives, and Brett will get into the details. And then I wanted to really talk a little bit about leveraging resources, because when there's not as many resources as you want, I think you have a responsibility to say, how can we leverage some resources? So I think something that's been exciting to all of us, again, really something led by the school board, is our Springfield Education Foundation. We now have a very strong membership in our foundation, and we've hired a great executive director. We didn't hire her, the foundation hired her, but she's certainly in partners with us, and that's Renelle Curry. She's right out there. We set a goal of raising $100,000 this year. I think we're about $20,000 from that goal. Is that right? We have every intention of achieving it. And I'll tell you, that's a small vision compared to where we want to go. What we know is that Eugene School District raises close to $1 million a year, and we see we can be equally as powerful. So that's a great new opportunity for us to leverage resources. In addition to that, we have some tremendous partners. I do want to speak a little bit about Willamette Lane. because last year when we were faced with the hard reality of reducing our mid-school extracurricular activity sports, Willamette Lane really stepped up as a partner, and we were really able to keep going a program that I think we could have lost otherwise. So again, we've got some great partners to help us as we move forward. Another thing that helps us leverage resources is our grant department. And in 2007, 2008, we brought in about $1 million in funding through our grant department. This year, we brought in $2.8 million. Now I want to let you know most of that, a lot of that, not all of it came from the R dollars, but there was a lot of money out there to get competitive grants. But what I also want to tell you is not many districts went after them as aggressively as we did or as successfully as we did. So I want to thank Jeff and the people who work in his department. Allison, I want to give an extra thanks to you too, because I know you're partners in that. I also want to say, I'm not sure we can expect $2.8 million every year. There was an infusion of dollars to apply for, but it's certainly something to be proud of. So, with that, I just want to say that one of our big responsibilities this year is to make sure that we predict and we anticipate the future challenges, because there's many challenges ahead of us. We cannot forget what those challenges are. I think, I know many of you do this, but Brett and I try to read as much as we can about what's happening at the federal level, what's happening at the state level. We often email each other with articles we've seen. Other people do that on the leadership team. We need to be more present about that than we've ever been before, because the stakes are exceptionally high. And we will do that. And then I also want to assure you, though, that we are committed to the vision of every student and graduate prepared for a bright and successful future, and we're very excited to continue to make sure we achieve that vision for each and every one of our students. So with that, I formally do want to submit the 2010-2011 proposed budget for your consideration. Thank you very much.